Around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, make it real loud for Jill Marigos.
Keep it going for Drew and all your other comics up here tonight. I'm performing here. If people get my name right, it's Jill Marigos. Drew got it right. It's awesome. Shows up in Seattle. 5 shows. The guy got my name wrong every single show. Call me Julie every time. I'm like, why are you calling me Julie? He's like, I don't know, you just look like a Julie. He's like, well, I have this friend named Julie. If I put you side by side with Julie, I don't think I could tell you apart. You're spitting images of each other. And I couldn't say shit to this guy. I got his name wrong like a bunch. Okay, his name was Spencer, and I kept calling him asshole. It's like, why are you calling me asshole? I'm like, I don't know, you just look like an asshole. See, I have this friend with an asshole. If I put you side by side with his asshole, I don't think I can tell you apart. Like shitting images of each other. A little bit of a bad mood, I'm sorry. I went for my annual visit today and my doctor said I should consider vaginal rejuvenation. I'm like, you're a shitty eye doctor. I like living in the Bay Area, I do. I spent about 4 years living down near Los Angeles in a town called Van Nuys. You know of it, you laughed, you know. It's not a nice place. It's where all of the porn in our country is made, all of it. Tons of crime. We had a guy who lived across the street from us and he sold meth out of a boat in his front yard. We called him Pablo Escobar. We also had a neighbor who was 90 years old. He was old school. He refused to get his dog neutered. And every morning we'd have to see this long, hairy, disgusting set of balls just dragging down the driveway. Yeah, and then his dog would come up behind him with his. It's gross. You know you live in a shitty part of town when Jehovah's Witnesses come by every single day? And they did. They'd knock on our door every day while we were eating dinner. And here's the thing, I don't know a lot about Jesus because I was raised Catholic. We didn't have to know. It wasn't part of the rules. We showed up, we drank wine, we put money in a pool skimmer, and we went home. And I know for a fact Jesus does not want anybody knocking on anybody's door during dinner. And I have proof. I have proof of it. Painting of the Last Supper. Pretty much everybody's seen it, right? Jesus, he's in the middle. He's got his people on either side. And Jesus is doing this. It's because Jehovah's Witnesses just knocked on the door. It's like, I'm not getting up, so help me. I'm not doing it. No, it's my Last Supper. Well, it sounds a little bit oppositional. I come from a long line of oppositional women. I can't help it. My grandmother, she was the worst out of all of us. This one time she's like, look at this stupid bitch wearing white after Labor Day. I'm like, Grandma, it's my wedding. Very horny lady, she was. I'd have to hear all about her having sex with my grandfather and his brother. It was a lot to take. And when she was 90, she broke her hip, and I because I'm home all during the day, my cousins are like, you find a nursing home, and you have to ask all these very uncomfortable questions. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to ask this question. Is this one of those places where all of the elderly people are having sex with all of the other elderly people? Because we have to have that. It's at the top of her list. And we found one. She had a great time. Her pickup line was, I've fallen and I can't get up. And she wanted me to help her. I'm going to tell you guys this because I've had a couple glasses of wine and it doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to tell you guys this. She wanted me to help her start a website where she could sell her dirty granny panties online for money. I know. I'm like, I'm not doing that. She's like, no, it'll be great. We'll call it Britches Be Crazy. I'm like, no. I worry sometimes. My grandmother's crazy, my mom's crazy, and I went to a therapist. I'm like, you have to help me. It's finally happening. I'm going crazy. And the therapist is like, no, you're not. Like, well, how do you know that? You just met me. You can't know that. And she's like, here's the thing. Crazy people aren't concerned that they're going crazy. Like, so I'm okay? And she goes, no. She's like, you're neurotic, you're just not crazy. Like, that's the same thing. Neurotic people are crazy. She's like, no, there's a difference. And here's how she explained it to me. She said, a neurotic person will have an unhealthy thought sometimes, sure. But then afterwards, they'll go, well, wait, that's something I can work on. It's something I can change about myself. A crazy person will have that exact same thought, but then afterwards, they'll think, I'm so glad I voted for Donald Trump. As political as I get. Nobody wants to think about it all day long. We're gonna be fine. That's what I tell myself. So yeah, I did go to the therapist. I want to be healthy. I want to be a good person. I'm a married person. Clap here. Clap if you've been married for 10 years or longer. Anybody? You? Okay, we've got some. Anybody been married for the first time for a year or less? Oh, don't worry. I'm not gonna pick. I don't pick on people. Here's the thing. This is your grim future, and I have some insight for you. Unfortunately, here's the thing. After about 10 years, and you guys can back me up, sex becomes like Wendy's chili. I mean, it's very good and it's very dependable. It's just sometimes you find a finger where you're not expecting it. Yeah, uncomfortable laughter, as it should be for that joke. I don't care. And I've been married for a while. I've been married for 16 years. I've been with my husband for 18. And it's hard to keep it please, you should clap for him, not me, really. He's a trooper. But it's hard to keep it interesting. So I found this seminar taught by a guy who's been married for like 65 years. I'm like, this guy has seen some shit, okay? And I'm like, I want to know everything that he knows. But what you forget about a guy who's been married that long is that he is about 90 years old. And he starts out the seminar by being like, I've been married for 65 years and my wife and I still have a very healthy, active sex life. And the woman next to me is like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm like, no, it's gross. Because I've never seen two 90-year-olds going at it, but in my head it looks like you're just slowly pushing together 2 plates of pudding, okay? I'm glad it's happening. I don't want to picture it. That's all I'm saying. He had some good suggestions. You guys, everybody here, if you've got a partner, you can do it. He had some suggestions. First thing, you have to have a safe word. He insisted we have a safe word. I'm like, all right, well, I've just been using no. It's worked for me so far. Can I keep using no? He's like, you can't use no. I'm like, okay, I want Celine Dion. Just once, I think it'd be amazing to be like, Celine Dion, take your finger out of my asshole. Because my husband hates Celine Dion. I see Celine Dion while we're fucking, her heart will go on, his heart on won't. It's over. It's done. That's a good safe word. Here's the other thing he said, and you guys all can do this, and I suggest you do. And this is very simple. Every other month, you guys take turns trying something new in the bedroom. So like 1 month my husband would go, next month I would go. 6 times a year, low pressure, you learn new things about each other. And I was like, okay, you go first. You go first. And my husband's like, all right, why don't you role play as a nurse? Like, I can do that, it's super easy. So I give him a bunch of paperwork to fill out. Made him sit in the living room for an hour. It was fantastic. His copay was huge. It was fantastic. It makes me sound terrible. Because I am. Yeah, so like I said, I've been with my husband for a long time. We miss the whole internet dating thing. I know comics shit on it all the time. I don't think it's that bad of a thing. Like, I think it's a pretty respectable thing. You see pictures of people, you get a general sense of them. We met in person, it's fine. Here's the thing. I have this friend who does a ton of online dating, and he got a text from a girl. It's the only issue I have with it. He got excited about it because he said she was hot and nerdy. Like, really, nerds get laid now. If that's the thing. I went to school for mechanical engineering, okay? I never got laid for being a nerd. I got the nickname Jill Nye the Science Guy. Okay, that sucked. I was like, well, let me see what she wrote. If she's getting laid for this text, it better be good. And he shows me the text that he got from the girl, and it said, I want to be the rhombus to your triangle. Exactly, shut up. What the fuck does it mean? I don't know. It makes no sense. Mathematically inaccurate. It makes no sense. I'm just saying a nerd would have been playful and creative with the language, right? Like a nerd would have been like, hey, you're really hot, and I would just love to give you a logarithm. Or how about some fraction action? You can be on top and be the numerator. I will denominate the shit out of you. Let's do some long division. I'll be the 100, you could be the 2, you can go into me 50 times. I don't know it worked with you guys, but we would have tried it, that's all I'm saying. Waxing is a thing now. I've never had to do it, you know. 16 years in, I got grandfathered in, I'm not changing shit. Like that, no. I know. Women pay money to get their hair ripped out of their crotches. That's insane to me. I have a friend who's like, you don't get it all taken out, just get a little landing strip put in. Like, landing strip? This is not Chicago O'Hare. He doesn't know where to land the plane. He should find a different fucking airport. I don't understand. I'm like an experienced pilot for my cockpit. Thank you very much. I trim it up. It looks fine, but it's like my mom always said, if you don't like it, don't eat it. More for someone else. Dick pics, those are a thing now too. Drew was saying he's never sent a picture of his dick to his wife. My husband also has never sent a picture of his dick to me because he loves me. And I'm not saying that dicks are gross because we already know that. Dicks are gross. We don't need to go over it again. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Big fan of their work. I like what they do. Just don't want to look at it because it's gross. Okay? It's like the Steve Buscemi of body parts. No, it's good. No, it's gross. It's a tool. You don't need to send a picture of a tool. It doesn't mean you know how to use it, okay? I don't want to see a picture of a snowblower. I just want you to plow the goddamn driveway when it needs it. That's all I'm asking. It's crazy. And it's not your dick so much as your balls. They're gross. They're super gross. They are. No, they're gross. They're like the ugly friends that have to be in every picture. Just like, hey, hey, hey. No. No. Balls are the reason the word ugh was invented. That's true. Just don't send anyone a picture of your dick and balls. Don't. Send them a picture of your clean apartment with your rescue dog in it and they will have sex with you immediately. I promise you. All right. That has been my time.